Gus, Nick O'Neill here with Leo Digital SEO, brother. I do appreciate you for reaching out on Facebook, man. And I'm going to have a video here that's going to give you 3 points, right? So I do know, well, first, the 3 points are going to be content, backlinks, and citations. And then I'll show you the opportunity of taking these steps for your business and why it will be so vital for you. So I know that you don't have a a website up yet, but you are going to want to get one up, right? So for the time being, we're going to use CertaPro Painters as they are the #1 over there in Salt Lake City. I know you might be over there in St. Clair, but you're not that far from it, right? Or you're over there, not St. Clair, I'm sorry. You're over there in Clearfield. Um, so you're not that far from it. The greater volume is going to be right here, but this also applies for Clearfield, right? So those 3 points, right? Coming up on point #1. And that's going to be content, Gus. And generally, Google likes to see 15 to 2,000 words, depending on the competition and the number of keywords needed. If you're asking what a keyword is, brother, a keyword is anything someone might type into Google when they're looking for a particular service or product. So in your content, you can place keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website found for, right? So for an example, a keyword, once you get your website up, a keyword for you could be, home repainting, Riverdale, Utah, or home painting, Salt Lake City, Utah, or residential painting, Utah, and the list goes on and on and on, right? So we got CertaPro Painter's website here in a word counter to see how they stack up. And they are at that, they're at 1,700 words. When you get your website up, you're going to want to get it to 2,000 words. You want to have more than them, right? That's going to be for 2 reasons. So Google doesn't consider your homepage an authority website until you have at least 1,500 words. And being that they have 1,700 and they're the top competition, you want to outdo them with 2,000 words, right? The second reason is you're going to have these keywords that you want to put in there. And Google doesn't like to see a little bit of content with a lot of keywords, right? So you want to get those 2,000 words. Those 2,000 words of content in there. On to show you some more keywords. This is a tool, Airs, that I use and pay for monthly. And there are free tools out there that you can use yourself. This is just what I use with websites and competitors' websites that gives me more in-depth data. So onto those keywords, right? We can go ahead. We have CertaPro's website in here, and we can see exactly what keywords they are using over there, right? So let's go ahead and give it a look. These would be the keywords, right? Like painters, Salt Lake City, painters, Utah, house painter, Salt Lake City, and the list goes on and on and on, right? So each of these are individual keywords. This is the amount of people searching for that in the area. And this KD right here is on a scale, is keyword difficulty, and it's on a scale of 0 to 100. Now, the higher the KD is, the higher this number right here is, the harder it's going to be to rank for that keyword, right? So when I say rank for it, that means show up right here for it. The lower it is, the easier it's going to be. The traffic, as you can see, that's how many people are getting to their website just for that word alone a month. And this is the position that they're ranked in. So volume search monthly for it, keyword difficulty, the amount of traffic they're getting monthly from it, and their position on the Google page, right? Let's go on to that second point that I have for you, and that's going to be a backlink. Now, when you get your website up, right, and you got that content and keywords going, a backlink is going to be the next step. And now backlinks are anywhere you find one website linking to another, or in this case, it's going to be one website linking back to your website that you get up and running, right? So these links, they act like an endorsement of your website from others. And Google basically uses this to build trust in your website and your business by seeing other websites vouching for you, right? So in Google's eyes, the best example that I can give is it's literally like a popularity contest where the website with the most wins or other websites pointing back to them is, winning that quote unquote popularity contest, right? So if we go over here into my tool Airs, we can see that CertaPro has 277 backlinks and 77 referring domains and 77 other websites pointing back to them, right? So they are winning that popularity contest right now. And of course, that's why they are in the top. So the idea is that if it works for them, then it will work for you. And you can go in and see exactly what websites they have pointing back to theirs, right? And so you can see all of the websites right here. Go in, make an account, get a post, put your website in there and have it linking back to your website, right? So I do want to say and point out that not all links are created equal. So it is worth noting to stay relevant to your industry, and local websites will work best. To further that point, this number right here is going to be domain rating. And so this is on a scale of 0 to 100 as well. And the higher this number is, then basically the higher this number right here is, then the more power that Google is giving this website right here. So you want to have high ranking, high powered websites linking back to your page. It's going to, one, give you more power, and two, it's going to rank you faster in that organic section that we were talking about right here. Once this starts to dip below that 20, then they're really not that useful, right? Because just this one alone right here, could be worth 5 to 10 to 15, 20 DR links going back to your page, right? So stay on that higher end. On to the last point that we're going to have, and we're going to move over here to the map pack section. So I didn't find one, but if you don't have one, you're going to want to make a Google business profile page. And so the third point is going to be is a citation, right? And so once you get this up, you're going to want to get some citations in. And a citation is anywhere your business name, address, or service area and phone number is exactly as it's shown on your Google business profile right here. So these citations, they help you rank in this map pack here, which we know is extremely important for local businesses since they do generate huge amounts of revenue. For an example, if someone put in Painters Salt Lake City or Painters St. Clearfield, then you want to be in that top 3 section right there, right? Nobody's going to click more businesses or go to page 2 or 3 looking for services from them, right? So, excuse me, these citations, they're included in directories like Yelp, Angie's, Expertise, BBB, and then there's hundreds of others I'm sure you may have heard of. Social media accounts work great as well. For an example, on your Facebook business page, once you do get this set up right here, on your Facebook business page, you would want to put your business name, address, and phone number exactly as it's shown right here on your Facebook business page. And Google then would read that and count that as one citation. So then you have Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and the list goes on forever, right? And the idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet because they constantly have bots crawling the web to see whose presence is felt most compared to the competitor. And the larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you and your website. And once they start to see you more often, these cats right here, then the more likely it is they're going to rank you above them, right? So definitely want to get that Google business profile set up, get those citations in, and then get those reviews up, right? Those are powerful as well. So just a quick recap. Once you do get a website up, right, you want to get that content up to 2,000 words, and you want to put in those keywords that I was giving you examples of, right? And once you start doing that and you're killing that, then you want to get those backlink ins. You want to get those other websites linking back to your website. You want to start killing that quote unquote popularity contest in Google's eyes. And last but not least, go ahead and make sure you get this set up, get those citations in, and get those reviews in. Well, let's look at why that will be so profitable for the business. So we have the top competitor, Certa Pro, over there in Salt Lake City. And we can see from these 3 points alone that they have 410 people visiting their website monthly. Now that's all for those 3 points alone that we talked about, right? So let's say that this is your website in your business and you're getting 410 people to your website a month. Well, let's say on the low end, only 10% of those people even decide to pick up the phone after, visiting your website for your services. So let's say 40 people pick up the phone, they call you, and your team and you only close even half of those. That's 20 new jobs a month just off of those 3 points alone that we talked about. And you're in the painting industry, and I know from previously working with other clients in the painting industry of mine that those painting jobs can be very lucrative, especially whenever you do a full home refinishing. So that's 20 new jobs again, off of those 3 points alone. I'd imagine that would put in a good amount of revenue to you and your business. Also, I want to point out that there are many more keywords. As you can see, they're using 307, but there may be even more than that. And this number right here is on the low end because of the tool that I use. We don't have Google's exact numbers, right? So yeah, this is what I do for a living, and I am, creating this video for you to help you start generating leads online. I really do hope that it gave you some insight and gave you a direction on how to start scaling that business. If you do find yourself, wanting more information, or you want to start scaling that business, feel free to reach out, and I for sure can help you with some more information, or we can talk about the goals of the business, and I can do some research to find out exactly what could be realistic for the business over there in your area and what it might take to reach those goals, right? I do just ask that you would leave one line of feedback for me, brother. Whether something wasn't clear, whether you have other questions, or whether something was great, just let me know how the video went, right? Again, my name is Nick O'Neill. Feel free to reach back out through me through messengers, or, even my cell's open at 832-728-9003. Doors always open, brother. Thanks again for watching, and I do hope that this helped you.